Black Sea Showdown: How Ukraine is Sinking Russia's Naval Power. The Black Sea has become one of the most decisive arenas of the Russia-Ukraine war, not only for the military contest unfolding on its waters, but also for its wider geopolitical consequences. For Russia, the Black Sea is far more than a coastline. It is the launch pad for projecting naval power into the Mediterranean, the Middle East, and even Africa. Moscow's long-standing naval hub in Sevastopol, seized during the illegal annexation of Crimea in 2014, has historically been the pride of the Black Sea Fleet. But Ukrainian ingenuity has turned this advantage into a liability. Through precision strikes, sea drones, and long-range missile attacks, Kyiv has forced Russia to disperse its fleet from Crimea to less exposed ports such as Novorossiysk on Russia's southern coast, and even to bases in the breakaway Georgian region of Abkhazia. In effect, the Russian Navy is being pushed out of the very waters it once dominated. For Ukraine, the Black Sea is a lifeline. Before the war, Ukraine exported over 60 million tons of grain annually, supplying roughly 10% of the global market and half of the world's sunflower oil. This role as Europe's breadbasket made the Black Sea not just a trade route, but a vital artery for global food security. Russia's blockade of Odessa in early 2022 drove up international food prices, hitting developing nations hardest. The UN Turkey-brokered Black Sea Grain Initiative briefly stabilized supply lines, but Russia's subsequent withdrawal weaponized food exports once again, turning hunger into a geopolitical tool. Ukraine's ability to keep Odessa open is therefore not just an economic necessity, it is a matter of global stability. Key flashpoints have shaped the battle for control. Snake Island, a small outpost off Ukraine's southwestern coast, became both a strategic asset and a symbol of resistance. Its recapture by Ukrainian forces in June 2022 denied Russia the ability to dominate the northwestern Black Sea, safeguarded Odessa's trade routes, and allowed grain exports to continue. Even more dramatic was the sinking of the Moskva, the flagship of the Russian Black Sea Fleet, in April 2022. Struck by Ukrainian Neptune missiles, it was the largest warship lost in combat since World War II, and a devastating blow to Russian prestige. It also demonstrated that despite lacking a conventional navy, Ukraine could erode Moscow's naval superiority through asymmetric tactics. By March 2024, analysts estimated that Russia had lost or disabled nearly one-third of its Black Sea fleet. This forced retreat reflects a profound strategic shift, from dominance to defense, from projecting power to trying to preserve it. Yet the contest remains dynamic. Recent reports suggest Russia has begun using its own sea drones against Ukrainian vessels, including a successful strike in the Danube Delta. This signals an adaptation of tactics, proof that the naval war has become a constant cycle of innovation and counter-innovation. The stakes are enormous. Control of the Black Sea determines whether Ukraine can remain economically viable and connected to the world. It determines whether Russia can maintain influence beyond its borders, into the Mediterranean and Africa. It also carries implications for NATO. If Moscow secures dominance here, it can threaten supply chains, choke European trade routes, and extend its strategic reach far beyond Ukraine. In essence, the Black Sea is no longer a secondary theater. It is the front line of a wider geopolitical struggle, a chessboard where each move reshapes not only the war in Ukraine, but the balance of power across Europe and beyond.